Okay, well let's talk about my story and
Sure.
what you can remember. It was August of 2015, and my accident probably happened about 8 o'clock at night, and I get brought into emergency at Petoskey, and I imagine they call you and say we've got a spinal injury that we need some work on. Is that how it works?
Correct. Correct. And something that I would feel that's always very important, and I've been very in tune with operating almost immediately, as soon as I can. And I feel that the outcomes of all patients are generally better when there is a more rapid and aggressive intervention rather than a lot of, delay. That's never good for the patient, especially in spinal cord injuries, because if you can help, unless the spinal cord is completely severed, but if it's not severed and we see that there's pressure, there's injury to the spinal cord, alleviate that pressure immediately. Patients should do better.
Yeah,
And now they're proving this. Now they're proving this with different studies. But this is something that I've been doing for years and years.
very good. Yeah, Sarah remembers that because when we were talking about all the risks while we were sitting there in ER, I guess we were in ER, and we made the phone call to Sarah, and you said, I can't wait for you to get here. I need to do this right away. So that must have been part of your thinking there. We got to get him in surgery as soon as possible.
You're exactly right. Keith, and there was another patient that I operated on in Petoskey. This was about a year and a half, about 2 years ago. And he also recovered and has done actually quite well. He's able to walk. I'm sure you may have read the story through some of social media. This became an internationally famous story for the dog that kept him warm. This occurred on New Year's Eve. He went outside, slipped and fell, injured his spine, and was brought in plegic as well.
Okay.
And I think rapid interventions really help patients much better than delay.
Yeah, my injury was at C4 and C5, and I think I also had a compression at C3 that you were worried about. And I guess C3 kind of controls the breathing, so that's a pretty good thing to be concerned about, right?
It is, and I was very concerned because once there's injury to that breathing center, then being on a ventilator for the remaining of your life it's terrible. And not only that, but it also increases morbidity and mortality and injury to the patient. That if we can avoid this, do it right away.
And do you remember that was my biggest concern? I told you I did not want to be on a vent for the rest of my life, and I know you took that very seriously, and I appreciate that.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Keith, I'll never forget. I feel that every single patient is very unique, and I do my very best to take care of them. So.
You did great. And I also, in my notes, I know I asked you to be my Superman, and you said, well, I can't guarantee that. I'll do my best. And I said, no, just be Superman. And I think Sarah might have done the same thing to you on the phone.
I can remember that.
And you were a
Yes.
Superman. So can you describe the surgery? Now, I think you had to do something in the front of my neck and something in the back of my neck and flip the table and all that. How did that work?
So what we do is we go anteriorly through the front of the neck, and we decompress or we remove the pressure on the spine, and then we go through the back of the neck, and we are able to remove some of the bony compression on the spinal cord and alleviate any continued injury or pressure on the spinal cord. This requires a fusion, um, or adjoining one bone to the next bone.
So as you can see, I can move my neck pretty good side to side, not too bad. But so, and I think the surgery took about 6 hours, maybe. Does that sound about right? Seems like we were in there from about midnight to 6 a.m. or something.
Yes.
And then Sarah remembers you coming out to the waiting room, and you had a smile on your face, just like you did. So she was automatically thinking, well, this is going to be good news. But what you told her was that, well, the best news I have for you is that he's alive. And I think at that time, you weren't optimistic that I would ever walk again or be able to move my arms again. I think at that time. Does that sound right?
Yes, it is. And you know something, Keith, I always am overly cautious with saying, oh, he's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Rather the realistic expectation of what I have, and God willing, if you would improve, then that would be good. But could I say what you were going to do at that point? No, I couldn't. And I think sincerity and honesty is always the best policy with every patient.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you'll be happy to know that I came up and saw you last summer in your office, and I'm walking like with a walker, not 100% of the time, but we're working towards that. I can, I move my arms around. Really, the only problem I have.
Are you able to open and close your hand?
Like this one, I get a little pinch, like those middle fingers, and then this one, kind of the ring finger, I can pinch a little bit. So that's. I can't. I just the one. Can you see that? Yeah. Just that one ring finger and this finger. So what I do is like I do my own fine motor skills. Like I play treble against myself, and I could pick up a treble piece and move it around a board, and pick up a die and roll a die and things like that.
Marbles.
And I pick up marbles and things like that. So I'm working. That's really like the last thing. I'm getting so much stronger now. And so that's the last thing. I think that's just my body making that connection to get my fingers to work again, I'm thinking.
Still working at it. Keith, something that you have that is that really brings you or puts you above a lot of other patients that have gone through injuries is the fact that you're very determined, and determination in the face of spinal cord injury is vital.
Yeah, that's kind of my whole thing. It's about faith, optimism, and hope. That's what I'm talking about. I believe in God, and I believe in medicine. I've had really good therapists that have helped me. All the people I've met through this have been so great, and the thing I remember too about you is like the very night of the accident, you gave Sarah your personal phone number, and if you need anything, you did, and we've texted you just out of the blue, or we'll see something, or you'll text us, and it's you're not just my neurosurgeon that saved my life, but I consider you a friend, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Likewise, Keith. I feel having that relationship with every patient is key. It's paramount, and I can tell you in 17 years almost that I've been doing this, it is so important to establish a good rapport with every patient, and not only that, but also where they are able to reach at any time. And I can tell you, I've never had a patient abuse my number, ever. Every patient who calls me, it's for a reason. And I would prefer that I know something is going on, they need help, rather than a delay.
Yeah. Well, okay, I don't want to take any more of your time, but it's great to see you.
Hi, Dr. Colen.
Yes, there's Sarah.
Hi.
Thank you.
And just thank you so much, and I'll never be able to thank you enough. But keep up the good work, and I love you and I appreciate you.
Oh, well, I love you too. And I love Sarah too.
I
Okay.
love you.
You say have an amazing day.
You
too.
too.
An amazing day.
Thank you. Thanks, doctor.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.